Shout out to you guys on this splendid Tuesday, I believe today is. And hopefully the weather conditions are good where you are. Hey, guess what? I'm not wearing a purple hoodie. Read a comment that says, Joe's only got a purple hoodie. My wife got it for me. And, you know, when I get something new, I like to live in it for a little while. Anyways, we're back to Hunter Orange, Prison Orange today. And contemplating life and life choices and decisions. And sometimes I just find myself in a peculiar one. And that be today. Yo, how we about to go do deck repairs after a freaking blizzard? Now, it's not like a Colorado blizzard or a New York blizzard where you guys actually get real deal blizzards, or anywhere else that gets snow for that matter. We're here in Virginia, so 1 inch of snow is a God bless it end of days blizzard situation. And when I left from the house this morning where I was at, we didn't have a lot of snow. We didn't have barely any. We had a light dusting. There wasn't even shit on the ground. I get out to this country area where this job is at, and there's a little bit more snow on the ground, about an inch. And let me tell you something. It ain't snowing right now per se. It's cold. It's 33 degrees outside. That's supposed to be the high for today. And we're at Lowe's. We got to get ready to grab materials for this job. And all I can think about is we're going to have to waste time clearing a deck from snow so that we can see where the repair work is. Oh boy. But you got to do what you got to do. We don't have any other work, so we need this. And with that, you got to take the good with the ugly. And this is going to be a little on the ugly side. Hey, good morning, everybody. Shout out to you, Swing. Sorry about that. It should come right back on. I had to take that call. That was Gene calling me. I told Gene to meet me at Lowe's at 9 o'clock. He's right down the street. He's ready to work today. So good deal. If you're in here, say something. Let me make sure this thing is working again. Gerald says, how much you end up charging for the deck job? It's $4,000. I know that sounds super low. It's at least $1,000 in materials. Shit, it might be $2,000 in labor if it doesn't go right, which means I only make $1,000. But with every job that I'm doing, I bid these jobs for exactly what I bid them for. 20 deck boards, a couple other little odds and ends. And I put a contingency clause in there that says anything outside of that scope is an additional charge. And I would assume that if we've got rotted deck boards, we've probably got rotted 2x6s. So, taking on the unseen is going to add, probably a good $1,000 to this job. Tim says, I'm building a deck in the snow and it's cold. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one doing this shit. I'm glad I'm not the only one doing this. So I want to share with you guys, I probably don't have a video for Joe Does Stuff today. I do have a video for After Prison Show, and it's a really, really good one. It's a really, really good one. So if you rock with that channel, definitely check that out. That'll be up a little bit later on. I was up at the ass crack of dawn this morning working on that video. But I want to share something. In the last video that I shared with you guys yesterday, you guys saw things that were taking place yesterday. So, we're pretty current on the videos. And it all ended with me going and looking at that potential work with that new guy. And then that new guy, kind of jerking me around is what it felt like. I wasted 2 hours of my life listening to this guy talk about what he can do. And wondering why, subconsciously wondering to myself, why are we even here? Why am I here for this? Am I here for this guy just to glaze himself in front of me? I'm not a cuck. I'm not Adam 22. Boy, no, that was good. That was good. That was a shot that I've been wanting to send at that guy for years. Ever since he interviewed such and such and didn't interview me. I'm kidding. I could care less. Strange Kitty, what's going on? It's 2 degrees where you are. Yeah, that's why I'll never go to New York. I'm not built for the Antarctics. What was I going to say? Yo, I was feeling some kind of way by the time yesterday wrapped up. I gave the guy the quote for 5 jobs: debris removal, which was a lot, an electrical job, which was no slouch, a water line, which was no slouch, a bathroom door, which was no slouch, and a siding job, which was no slouch. And I gave him a quote for $28.50 to do all of that work. And this son of a bitch, by the end of the 2 hours that I spent with him, tried to lowball me for $2,500. And I wasn't about to do that. I know in my mind, I'm probably already shooting myself in my foot with my own damn quote. And you're going to try to make it even lower. So I go back, I try to think about it. I'm like, all right, I can do it for $26.50. I can probably make it work. I can get a lot of that shit done in one day. So I give him the quote for $26.50. That's $200 off the original quote. What he was asking for was $350. And he was making it seem like, yo, we could start now. I give him the quote, and he's like, oh, I appreciate you getting me those numbers. I'll think about it. And I'm like, man, hey, you. And then he's like, oh, by the way, can you give me a number for doing the roof? Can you give me a number for renovating this entire garage? See, he made a statement yesterday that I caught. And maybe he didn't think I caught it, but I'd be catching everything. But when I was over there looking at that garage that he's trying to convert with no freaking permits, mind you, and he told me that, hey, look, we're not going to pull no permits. You ain't got to tell me. That's my middle name. I'm putting roofs on the weekend. Yo, I get it. But he made a comment while I was there. There goes Gene and the guys right there. He made a comment. He said, I was looking at the slab that was cut out in that bathroom. And he says to me, he says, oh, yeah, I had a guy who was doing this. I just forgot to call him and tell him I was back in town. Buddy, I'm not about to entertain. Let's say I give the guy a quote for $20,000 to do that full renovation. And he's like, okay, yeah, sure. And I need 25% down. Okay, yeah, sure. So he gives me 25%, whatever that ends up being, like $4,000 or $5,000. We do the full freaking flip, and then he don't pay me in the end. And I can't do nothing about it. I can't do nothing about it. Hey, look, I got to wrap this up, man. My fellas just got here. Shout out to the van. Shout out to Gene. Shout out to my guy, Jason. And I'll try to share some more with you guys throughout the day if I get a chance to. It probably will be over on the Facebook page, Leaving from Lowe's on Facebook. That's the Joe Does Stuff official page. Y'all check that out, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all tuning into this thing, man. Sorry I didn't get into many of these comments. I hope you all have a great day. I'm going to try to make the most of this day. I look forward to sharing more with you again real soon. And until then, peace.